Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. How are you doing today? We have the third day of the challenge. Today videos will be different. I will do everything with you, but I'll close the mic and put the timer on. So we have a real video study with me. You will find no sound of me, but only the slides. It's changing, and the timer is on. Let me know in the comment if you like this way or the other ways. Let's start.
The Magic E Adventure. Once upon a time, there was a small school in a quiet town called Letterville. In this school, students learned everything about letters, words, and sounds. Among the students was a curious boy named Jake. Jake loved puzzles and mysteries, especially those about words. One bright morning, Mrs. Stone, the kind and cheerful teacher, walked into the classroom with a big, mysterious smile. "Today," she said, "we're going to talk about something truly magical, the Magic E." The class buzzed with excitement. Jake, sitting at the front, raised his hand. "What's so magical about the letter E?" he asked. Mrs. Stone chuckled. "Ah, Jake, the Magic E is special. When it appears at the end of certain words, it changes their sounds completely. For example, take the word cap. If you add a magic E to the end, it becomes cape. The changes its sound, and the word has a whole new meaning." Jake's eyes widened. "Wow! That is magical." To help the students understand better, Mrs. Stone wrote a few examples on the board. Hop hope. Mad maid. Kick kite. The students practiced reading these words, amazed at how one little letter could make such a big difference. The secret discovery. After school, Jake couldn't stop thinking about the Magic E. As he walked home, he passed by the school library. The librarian, Miss Grace, was putting up a new display with a sparkling banner that read, "Unlock the Magic." Curious, Jake stepped inside. "Hello, Miss Grace," Jake said. "What's this display about?" Miss Grace smiled mysteriously. "It's about something very special, Jake. But to unlock its secret, you'll need to solve a riddle." Jake loved riddles. "I'm ready," he said eagerly. Miss Grace handed him a card. The riddle read, "I change how words sound. Though silent I stay. Add me to kit, and I'll show you the way." Jake thought for a moment. "That's easy, it's the Magic E." Miss Grace clapped her hands. "Well done. Now, let me show you something amazing." She opened a hidden drawer and pulled out a glowing blue book. Its cover sparkled like the night sky, and in golden letters, it said, "The Magic of Words. Entering the Word World." As soon as Jake touched the book, something incredible happened. The room spun, and in the blink of an eye, he found himself standing in a colorful, magical land. The sky was filled with floating letters, and paths made of glowing words stretched out in every direction. "Welcome to Word World," said a cheerful voice. Jake turned to see a tiny glowing E floating beside him. "I'm Allie, the Magic E. I heard you're curious about how I work." Jake nodded, still amazed. "This place is incredible." Ellie grinned. "It's even better when you explore. Come with me, I'll show you how I bring words to life." The magic of change. Ellie led Jake to a field filled with words written on the ground. Each word looked like a simple object, a hat, a pin, a tub. "Watch this," Ellie said, floating over the word hat. She touched it, and suddenly an E appeared at the end. The word transformed into hate, and a little storm cloud popped up above it. "Whoa!" Jake exclaimed. "See? Adding "e" can change the sound and meaning of a word completely, Ellie explained. But don't worry, I only bring out the meaning when people use the words the right way. They walked to the word pin. When Ellie added herself, it became pine, and a tall, beautiful pine tree grew before their eyes. This is amazing, Jake said. A magical mission. Just as Jake was about to ask more questions, a loud rumbling noise filled the air. A giant shadow passed over them, and a booming voice said, "Who dares use the magic E without permission?" Ellie gasped. Oh no, it's the word wizard. The word wizard was a grumpy old man who believed words should never change. He wanted to stop the magic E from doing its job. We have to stop him, Ellie said. If he takes away the magic, words will lose their power to grow and change. Jake felt nervous but determined. How can I help? Ellie led Jake to a glowing map of Word World. The word wizard has locked up some important words in his tower. We need to rescue them. But be careful, he's hidden traps along the way. Jake nodded bravely. Let's do this. Jake and Ellie began their journey through Word World. The paths shimmered with golden letters, and the air hummed with the sound of words being spoken softly by invisible voices. Ellie, what happens if the word wizard locks all the words? Jake asked. Ellie sighed. Without words, people wouldn't be able to express themselves. Stories, songs, and even simple conversations would disappear. That's why we must stop him. As they moved forward, they came across their first challenge, a river of moving words. The bridge across it had a riddle etched into its side. To cross this stream of words with ease, find the word that gains a breeze. Jake scratched his head. A word that gains a breeze? Ellie hovered near the river. Think of words that change with me. Maybe something like hop becoming hope. What does hope feel like? Jake's face lit up. It feels like a breeze of fresh air. Let's try hop. Ellie added herself to the word hop, and it transformed into hope. The bridge lit up and stretched across the river. They crossed safely. Great job, Jake, Ellie said. The tricky forest. After crossing the river, they entered the tricky forest. The trees were covered in leaves that had words written on them: hat, cap, mad, rip. Suddenly, a mischievous squirrel appeared. It snatched Ellie and said, "If you want your friend back, you'll need to solve my puzzle. Choose 3 leaves, add your magic E, and create meaningful words." Jake looked around nervously. He picked hat, mad, and rip. Carefully, he added Ellie's magic to them. Hat became hate. Mad became made. Rip became ripe. The squirrel clapped its paws. Well done, young boy. You understand how to use the magic E. Here's your friend back. Ellie floated free and said, "Thanks, Jake. Let's keep moving before anything else happens." The Tower of Locked Words. Finally, they reached the word wizard's tower. It was tall and dark, with swirling letters trapped in glowing cages. The entrance was guarded by a giant book that opened its cover and spoke. To enter, you must fix 3 broken words. Each one needs the magic E. The book presented the broken words: kit, knot, tub. Jake thought for a moment and added the magic E to each. Kit became kite. Knot became note. Tub became tube. The giant book smiled, opened its cover wide, and allowed them to pass. The final confrontation. Inside the tower, the word wizard stood surrounded by cages of words. You dare enter my domain? He bellowed. Jake stepped forward bravely. Why are you trying to stop words from changing? Words are meant to grow and inspire. The word wizard scowled. Change is dangerous. It confuses people. Ellie floated beside Jake. Change can be scary, but it's also necessary. Without change, words lose their power to teach and connect people. Jake had an idea. Wizard, let me show you something. Take the word sad. Reluctantly, the wizard nodded. Jake added Ellie to the word, transforming sad into safe. See? Change can bring comfort and hope, Jake explained. The wizard hesitated, then sighed. Perhaps I've been too rigid. Words do have the power to bring joy and connection. With a wave of his hand, he released the trapped words. They floated back to Word World, restoring balance. A new beginning. Jake and Ellie returned to the magical field, where the words were alive and thriving again. Ellie said, "Thank you, Jake. You've proven that words and people can grow when they embrace change." When Jake opened his eyes, he was back in the school library. The magical book was in his hands, and Miss Grace was smiling. "Did you enjoy your adventure?" she asked. Jake nodded. "It was amazing. I'll never look at words the same way again." From that day on, Jake shared the magic of words with his classmates. He helped them discover the power of the magic and how small changes can lead to big transformations.